Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to Farming Simulator 19, and welcome back to Greenwich Valley with Seasons. It's been a while since we've been on this map. I think it was before the holidays we did our last episode. We sold some milk. We're going to harvest some canola today. I've skipped ahead a few days, and off camera I did bring in our first grass cut on the other side of the map over at the dairy. I'll show you what's going on. This is an interesting map. Seasons, I don't know what's going on with Seasons. They did patch Seasons up right before the holidays. And so I harvested field 22 and 24, our grass fields. I harvested these 2 days ago, 2 game days. Took them down to purple. Then for 2 game days, the following 2 game days, they were green, first growth stage, and now they're first harvest stage. So we will get a second cut. The problem is they are harvestable now, and they only have, where is it? They only have 1 layer of fert on them. I don't know when I could have got a second layer on. I guess if I had applied it as soon as I cut them that same day, then the following game day, they would have been in first growth stage, and now they are in first harvest stage. I don't know. I know Seasons did some things with grass. They said they did some things in grass or with grass in this patch, so we'll try to make the most of it. Over here, our canola is ready to harvest, and I'm going to do a couple things. In fact, let me do these now while we're in this menu. I'm going to come in here, I'm going to turn off traffic, and I'm going to turn off crop destruction momentarily, and you will see why, I hope. So, what do we want to do here? We want to open this door here, right? Yep, there it is. And we want to come over here and open this gate and the other gate. All right, like so. That one. And then back here. I did the mowing off camera because we're going to be doing grass work on Shamrock Valley. That's really all we have to do on Shamrock Valley is grass. So I didn't want to mow here and then mow straight away in Shamrock Valley. So I got the mowing done off camera. I put everything that I cut up as bales, both hay bales and silage bales. Our cows are eating a ton. I think the current estimate is 250,000 liters per year. That's a lot of food. It really, really is. But they're making a ton of milk. They're making like 12,000 liters per day. Seems a little heavy, but you know, I'll take it. I'll take it. So we're making about, I want to say about 10,000, 15,000 a day just from milk. And our loan interest and various farm expenses are about 3,000 a day. So we are keeping the lights turned on at the moment, and I have taken a little bit off the loan. I'm hoping we can get 50 to 75,000 for this canola, and that will take another big chunk off the loan. But yeah, we're going to play slow. We're going to play long game in this save game. We're going to play long game on all of our season save games. I think it's really the only way to do it. And as much fun as it is to make hundreds of thousands of euro or millions of euro and really grow your farm massive and, you know, some of those goals, I think, well, like I said in that last Shamrock Valley video, what kind of money would a farmer expect to make with a farm this size? 100,000 euro a year, you know, 50,000. So that's going to need to be our goal. So let me just confirm. I'm going to set the brake, and let's just confirm that we did in fact turn off crop destruction. Crop destruction is off. The reason we did that is we are going to suspend your disbelief momentarily. We are going to drive into the center of this field and make a departure point for a Courseplay course. And I guess we don't need to be all the way in the center. I think we could be probably right about here. Now the power poles and the big high tension power pylon behind us there, those do not have collisions. So Courseplay will just drive straight through them. So we're going to come here. We're going to bring up Courseplay. We are going to confirm that we are on right there. And we want start course recording. And we're going to drive down to the closest cell point, which is beyond that little village to the north of us. I don't know if that's going to be the best price, and in fact, I don't know if selling canola straight away is the smart play or if we shouldn't bank it and sell it later when there's a better price for it. But for the purposes of this video, for illustrative purposes, and also because it's fun, let's see if we can get our delivery aspect of Courseplay going. We typically, oh, there's a little stutter. I'm not liking that. We typically put the combine harvester on either Courseplay or just a hired worker, and then we drive the cart. We're going to try it the other way this time. Although we might not even need to drive the combine harvester. We might be able to put them both on a hired worker. Courseplay, the best and worst mod for Farm Sim. I am still sick, as you can hear, but the show must go on, so I'm going to try to get through it as well as I can, and I'm going to do my very best to remember not to sniffle. Not to sniffle while I'm recording. I do have a dump button, but I don't know if I can get my hand from my gamepad to my dump button in time. So we'll just make the most of it. Oh, and hey, one other thing. One other housekeeping note. You know, I make mistakes. I get things wrong. I screw things up. I hope it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen, and I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly okay with that. And I know I've said this before. I like being wrong, because when you're wrong about something, that means you're about to learn something. And there are people that think they know everything. They don't. And I know that I don't know everything. So when I'm wrong, and when somebody points out an error or a mistake that I've made, that is my opportunity to correct that mistake, right? If I think something, if I know something, if I believe something, and I am in error, having that pointed out to me, even though it means I have to be wrong, and that's no fun, ultimately it's a good thing, because now you know what's right, right? So if you need to or want to point out a mistake that I've made, or bad information that I've given, or anything else, I want you to do that. I really do. Just don't be a dick about it. Really. You can just clarify something without being a dick. All right. We won't say anything else about that. But yeah, let's engage, as they say. You can tell me here, you can tell me in Discord, send me a DM, whatever. I want to know when I'm making a mistake. I would hate for a mistake to be like trapped in posterity in a video, and there's no opportunity for me to clarify or correct it. Now, I'm going to continue driving here. There is an unload button in Courseplay. There is a debate. Here is a perfect opportunity, because what I'm about to tell you could be wrong. There is a debate. Some people say you need to click that button as you come through a sell point. Other people say no, that button is for when you're unloading, like if you were dumping manure in a field and there is no sell point, right? That's what that's for. But the Courseplay will detect when you drive across a trigger and will automatically sell. So I did not click that button. If you look in the Courseplay controls, it's almost dead center, and it looks like a tipper with the dump body lifted. So we don't need to wait for traffic. Pull out here, and we're going to head back to the farm, and then right back into the center of that field. We're going to save this course, and typically I call it the name of the field, and then cell, and then the name of the sell point, just to keep everything straight in my head. And if this works out, it may not. If it works out, then we can either drive the combine harvester ourselves, or we can put it on a worker, and this little Ford T-Dub will service it. I've done it before. I did it in 17. I know I did it in 17 many times. I have done it in 19, but it's been trickier. I feel like Courseplay in 19 is... I don't know if the game is different. I don't know if the code is different. I don't know if the people that are maintaining Courseplay are different, because it took a long time to get patched up to 19, if you remember. I really thought, when 19 dropped, I really thought that Giants was interacting more with the major mod makers. I mean, they're definitely interacting with Realismus, because they hired one of them. I think they hired the main programmer from Realismus Modding, the people that wrote Seasons. But I was under the impression that Giants was interacting with the big-time modders more, and in the same way that SCS interacts with pro mods, so that they can sort of get a jump on having the next version of pro mods ready sooner rather than later after a new patch for ETS or ATS comes out. Well, I guess pro mods is just ETS, yeah. But you know what I mean. And instead, when FS19 dropped, it seemed like there were What is causing that hitching? Where are the micro freezes coming from? That's bugging me. So you would think, or I thought certainly, that Giants would work in to have the big, right, really sort of critical mods ready at or near release date for FS19, and that was not the case. That was not the case. So we go here and let us stop recording, right? And this is now a temporary course. We're going to save it. Let's get the brakes set here so we don't keep drifting away. We're going to check the map. And this is, go here. This is field 33, and this is Whitney Grain. I think, yeah, we'll try to spell it out if we can. I don't know if we'll have enough room. Right. So we go down here, and we're going to say F33 cell. C, Whitney Grain. We have enough room. Beautiful. F33 cell Whitney Grain. Fantastic. So now, we're going to take a break off. Oh, I'm always forgetting something. We're going to pull this over here. The best time to do this, obviously, is before you have a crop in the field. So that's on me. But I was a bit thrown to see that grass grow as quickly as it did, and then, well, whatever. Ultimately, it's my fault. I'll take responsibility for it, but I'll try to make a little excuse in there as well. Right. Set the brake. I think for the moment we can turn this off. Let's get rid of this, like so. I am going to open this cover, and that's going to take a second. So we got our little ratchet strap animation. 4D modding. I love them. Then we're going to go in here. How are we doing on time? 12 minutes. Maybe. We're going to go in here. We will turn crop destruction back on, but for the moment, I'm going to leave traffic off. All right. That's good. Over here, I don't think we need this. And this is a new mod. It came to me. Somebody posted it on the Discord, and it is on the mod hoster site. I don't have any information on who made it, or whether it's new for 19, whether it's a 17 or a 15 or a 13. I don't know, but it's a cool mod, and I thought it suited this farm. Although, look at the size of this header. That's a lot bigger than, is it the TC? Yeah, I believe the New Holland TC is the small combine harvester that you sort of start with. And it's got a very small header on it. This one is a lot bigger. Right, so let us, I guess it doesn't matter. Well, yeah, everything matters. Let's get the pipe on the right side in case we need to empty this thing. Now, this field is triple fertilized. So we unfold. We have to unfold. There we go. Nice, slow and patient unfolding. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, yeah. Stately. No hurry on that unfolding. Beautiful. Let's get our header selected. I don't think we have to unfold that. So we'll fire her up. I said we'll fire her up. What's going on? There we go. All right. Select the header. Oh, this thing is very stately. I love it. Everything moves slowly on this whip. It's very cool. So, cruise control. We'll slow down a little bit. Tap, tap, tap. Not quite that far. How about right about there? Beautiful. So we'll see how far around we get. Ideally, we get one full headland in, and then we have enough room for our T-dub to get in with the trailer. And we will, when we get Courseplay fired up and assign it to this combine harvester, and we're going to do all the things we're going to do, you will see in there that there is Pathfinder. As I understand it, Pathfinder, I know it's been around. I know it was in 17 in Courseplay. I believe it was in 15, and it worked. And then I feel like in 17, it did not work. But what Pathfinder is supposed to do is your cart is only going to pull up under the pipe when the pipe is over harvested field. It will never try to make a hired worker drive-through crop, although, you know, on a hired worker, crop destruction is disabled. So a hired worker won't damage crop, and it can do that, but it does kind of kill the immersion to see Courseplay or a hired worker just, you know what I mean, just driving through crop and causing no damage. So Pathfinder was supposed to sort that out. And I want to say it hasn't worked for a while, but it is still part of Courseplay. Or I guess a better way to say it would be, I don't know if I'm using it right because I can't seem to get it to work. But if you have the secret of Pathfinder, I would love to know it. And the reason I mention that is as we get going here with Courseplay, it's possible that our cart is going to drive through crop. It's not the end of the world, you know, and we work within the limitations of the game. It's just a game. It's just a video game. It's nothing to get upset about. But it is still, you know, it sort of pulls you out of the immersion. And I think I certainly am all about immersion. I want this game to be as realistic as possible. I know it can't be, and I know there are things that I know about farming and things that I don't know about farming, and I feel like some of the things that I don't know about farming cause me to do things in game that are very much not what a real farmer would do. But at the same time, there are things that a real farmer has to do that are simply not part of the game code, and vice versa. So, I don't know. We make the most of it. I do love this sim game. Different opinions on whether it's a sim or a game. I do love it though. Brought me a lot of enjoyment. Got me through a lot of long nights too. Tell you what. So we're gonna get to the end of the row here. I'm gonna get turned 90 degrees, and then I'm gonna have a sip of my therapeutic Coke Zero. Man, I do not like being sick. I know people say that. Like, everybody says that, right? Of course they say that. Who likes being sick? Nobody likes being sick. But I really don't like being sick, and it doesn't happen very often, thankfully. So when it does happen, I'm just, oh man, I'm not okay. Right. So we're gonna get pointed straight here, about like so, about like so, and here we go. Delicious. Right, what else is going on? I think for the moment we're going to be on... I got a comment about this. When I say UK style map, I mean this. And I include anything in the British Isles as a UK style map. I know some people may be a little put off by that. I mean no disrespect by it. So, Greenwich Valley and Shamrock Valley, I think of them both as maps from the same part of the world, or the same region of the world. So we have two maps that are sort of similar right now, and until we find a good German map to play, I think that's going to be where we're at. I don't know if we're going to take these all the way to Farm Sim 2021, which is now, what, 10 months away? Time flies. I don't know if we're going to take them that far. That was the goal for Gazelsberg. Somebody suggested, hey, just play this map continually. And I like that idea. The problem was we ended up with our Silage Empire, and it just became boring, for lack of a better word. There was not enough variety. But I guess that goes to realism, because farmers, I think, in real life tend to do what is most profitable. Some of them diversify, you know, spread their activities around. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I think that's more, honestly, I think that's more hobby farmers than production farmers. I think production farmers, if you can get a deal with a buyer and they want this commodity or that grain or whatever, I think it's only natural that you would focus exclusively on that. So right now, the only thing we have to harvest on Shamrock Valley is grass. You know, that may be realistic, but it's not the most interesting. So that's tricky. We got to figure out how to work around that if we're going to have two maps that are so similar. And I suppose what we could do as a compromise is to have one map that is a little bit more, not less realistic, but that has a little bit more variety, right? We're doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and we've got a ton of different crops in the fields, and they're all maturing at different times and different rates, and you see what I'm getting at. So I've really got no hard and fast expectations about what I want to do next on either of these farms. Mostly, I just want to have fun playing this silly video game and make good videos for you. As long as I can do that, I'll be content. I'm not real particular about how it works out. I just want it to work out. So that is 90%. I'm going to lift this up. All right. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to put our pipe out. Hopefully it clears the top of this trailer. I think it will. Carefully. There we are. Spread it around and be kind to our axles. All right. Yeah, everything about this mod is slow. The unload speed is slow. The animations are slow. I love it. All right. Like so. What are we at on time? 21 minutes. Perfect. So if we close this up, right, clears that. Beautiful. And we go over here. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. And you know what? We're gonna back up. We're gonna back up. I just thought of something. So if we go back here, sort of to the gate, because this is where we want it to end, right? Go right here, set the brake, Courseplay, and we want to go to field work. We want to go to, we want this highlighted up here. Why are we not, interesting. We're not seeing any kind of, functionality for, yeah, interesting. I can't even get these to highlight. All right, we'll put it on a dumb worker then. Tell me if I'm missing something. Are we not able to use combine harvesters on Courseplay and FS19? I thought we were. I thought for sure I had even done it. All right. What can you do? So we will let's back this up a little bit. Getting a little too enthusiastic there. Drop this. Trim this little bit off here. Yeah, Courseplay is an awesome mod. And it is also a very frustrating mod. But when it's working, it's working. Right. I mean, I'm trying to think how I want to do this, because what's going to happen is if we go with a dumb worker, it's going to tell you what, let's get around this power pole. And in fact, that may work out better, because yeah, it may just work out better. Okay, so we'll go up here, and then we'll come back, and then we'll put it on the worker, and then we'll hop in the Ford, put that on Courseplay, and hopefully we can get one load of canola down to the sell point on Courseplay, and then we'll call it, and that'll be right around 30 minutes, and everything will be awesome. I say that. That's not going to happen. But wouldn't it be great if it did? It really would. Okay. So I'm just, yeah, I'm... in my head, I'm seeing what a hired worker is going to do when it gets to those electrical masts, even though they don't have collision on them. I'm pretty sure the hired worker will see them and go around them. Well, they won't go around them. They'll stop and back up. They'll see that as the edge of the field. And then everything will be more difficult for our Courseplay grain cart to sort of play along with. So let's go down here and at least get this big high tension tower cleared. And then we'll go on a dumb worker. Dumb worker, smart worker. Hard to say. Hard to say. Do we just want to make another headland while we're here? Yes and no. Yes and no. No, because we need to do some other stuff. in this here video. We can't just make laps of a canola field. We got to mix it up. All right, so we're going to back up here. Like so. Quite that far. All right. And right down here. Yeah, little bits like this little gap. I don't know if we lost that to frost. I don't know if it failed to germinate. But little bits like that will really mess with both smart workers and dumb workers. And you end up with kind of a patchwork field. And our whole goal here is to streamline and automate and make things go quick and smooth. So it ain't going to happen if we got problems like that. So we'll go, we'll clear this out. Where are we at? 38%. Okay. I think this could work. We may be a little over 30 minutes. That happens. So come down here. Like so. Right? Lift that. Back up. Right? And we'll trim this out. And I think we're just going to leave that little tuft right there and just try to radius that. Yeah. Okay. So now, so the combine harvester aspect of Courseplay, it's either not working at all, it's not included in this version of Courseplay, or I just can't make it work. Either way, it ain't working. Now, the next question is, can we get the cart working, or is all this more or less for nothing? And we're just going to manually harvest these fields. We're going to find out momentarily. All right. So we'll get this organized a little better. All right. Let's just do this now. I really was not planning on harvesting this whole field manually. I had a plan. I had a vision. I had a dream. You know how that works out. Right across here and like so, and we've definitely cleared out this high tension tower, so we're at the very least good on that. Okay, so now it's 62%. See, and now I don't think it's going to make it. Now I don't think it's going to make it up this row and then back down the other one without getting to 100%. And that would mean our cart would have to drive through crop to empty it. Oh, game. I love you. So let's do this last one manually. Oh, can you feel the frustration? We'll do this last one manually. Then we'll put this on a hired worker. Then we'll put the TW on Courseplay. I swear I know what I'm doing. I actually don't. I really, I just figure this stuff out. I mean, I know a little. I know some stuff. But as much as I play this game, when I see on Steam how many hours I've played this game, there's times when I play it and I think, how am I not better at this game? But in fairness, it's not necessarily the kind of game you get good or better at. You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. We're going to go across the top and make this headland a little bigger across the top here so we have more room to turn. I think that's going to take us close to 100%. We're going to deadhead back across the field, empty, and then finally activate Courseplay. I say that. Right. So yeah, I'm saying 95% thereabouts. That's pretty darn full. So %. Beautiful. So now we can turn that off. We're going to zip right down here. Oh, I just saw that placard on the back. Apparently, we bought this from a friend in France. Get past the tree before I throw the pipe out. Like so. All right. Carefully. All right. Now, if I guess I can do this while we're unloading. If we go here, because we don't have a straight row, we do want a smart worker, but we want smart worker doing laps. Not laps, lengths rather than laps. Yeah, I said that right. Okay. All right, we're empty. Empty there. Beautiful. So get this folded up. All right. And now, come on, man. Come on. Work for me. We get this right about here, and we're going to put this on a smart worker. Thinking, thinking. Off they go. Beautiful. Now we run. We run to the T-dub. And I don't think we're going to get it this length. Well, maybe. Like so. Brake is off. Right? And I don't even think we need to go very far. I think we can more or less just get turned around here. Oh, close. Ah. Carefully, carefully. I think we can just go right about here. We bring up Courseplay. What do we want to do? Grain transport. Load at start. Empty combine and offload. I think that's us. Which combine? Automatic search. There's only one. That one. Right? I'm choosing. Have I found it? I think I found it. All right. Of course, at nearest waypoint. That seems bad and wrong and not correct, sir. All right. I guess we're going to deliver now. All right. So I can tell you we don't want maximum speed. We want from recording. That's really important. This one down at the bottom here, from recording. And the reason is because we had to go through the actual grain cell point so slowly. If you set it to a preset speed, it won't slow down when it gets there. It will go through it at whatever the preset speed is. Now you can set the preset speed very slow, but I find it's a little more efficient to go ahead and drive fast on the parts of the road that you can drive fast on, and then just go very slowly through the grain cell. So, 33 minutes. Okay. Come on, T-dub. So we'll get down here, we'll sell, hopefully, and then we'll come back, and ideally when it gets back, it's going to see the combine harvester, bind to it, and go over and empty it. We'll see. And of course, it does not escape me that our net savings in time using Courseplay could potentially be 0. By the time we're all said and done here, we may have actually not saved any time whatsoever. Oh, that's nice. Oh, yeah. I do like the T-dub. I do. Let's do like that there. Make ourselves a little screenshot. Beautiful. So, yep, I'm going to wrap this up, and then I'm going to continue being sick and miserable. I'm really not feeling good. Oh, man. I'm glad this doesn't happen very often, because it is not cool. Not cool. Right. So we'll slow down here and make our turn. I am genuinely curious if it's going to stop and sell at all, or if by not clicking that unload button, it's just going to drive right through the trigger in one side and out the other. I don't think it is. And I swear, I've used Courseplay in 19 and done these things, but, you know, it all blurs together. 17 and 19 sort of blur together for me. 15, I can remember 15, because I was only on it for a couple of months before 17 came out. And I have to say, 15 in a lot of ways, tell me if I'm wrong here, but 15 in a lot of ways seemed more technically advanced as far as what you could do and what you could cause to happen. Let's see what we get here. All right. Well, that's a good thing. Now, I'm concerned about this turn. I don't know why it stopped that far forward, but I'm curious if we're going to make the turn past the tanks. They do. Okay. All right. Well, we got 7,500 euro for that, and that was 51%, so about 15,000 per tipper if it's full, and I think we'll get 2 or 3, hopefully, per field. So for yeah, I mean, anywhere between 50 and 75,000 euro for this canola, I would be happy as can be. And if you're not, I'm sure you know this, but if you're not clear on this, Courseplay is driving right now, and I'm just watching and monitoring and making sure everything goes okay. So if you're curious why we're just driving for seemingly no reason, it's confirming that course actually works and functions properly. So far, so good. We just need to, when we get back to the farm, we just need to bond to the little TX and go empty it, and then we're good. Right. What else? Yeah, that's all I got for Farm Sim. That's all I got for Farm Sim. I'm having so much fun making these videos. I really, really am. I wish I could make more for you. One per day, 6 per week. That's about my limit time-wise. But I really do enjoy these. So I hope you do as well. We'll get down here. We'll make our turn. Oh, and we are running depth of field is on. Cloud effects is on. I'm trying to think what else. Reshade and Sweet FX is on. And as far as, Seasons brings in its own lighting, I guess. Some of these maps bring in their own lighting. I know I've said before, I don't necessarily know what lighting we're looking at. Could be a combination of several, but I think the game's looking pretty good. Pretty crisp and clear. All right, it's the moment of truth. Come on, little T-dub. Now, the other thing is we have crop destruction. We turned it back on, which means if this T-dub pulls into the middle of that field and then just stops and doesn't click on the TX, the only way for us to get it out, well, I suppose we could turn the crop destruction off again, but once it's in there, the only way to get it out is to tear up some crop. Right. TX is... Oh, perfect. It's at the right end. It seems to be not doing anything. Let us get in it. I don't... Sir? I don't know why it's just stopped. Just stopped. All right. So we will pull forward. And right there. All right, so they're tracking again. And now T-dub. Get to work. Why? Why won't you? Ah! Progress. Could it be? Oh my goodness. Is this it? Oh, all my dreams are coming true. Come on. Now you got to get down there before they get to the end of the row. Oh. Look at that. What a way to end an episode. Beautiful. Now I do have to, I can go into my hired worker on the TX and tell them not to stop while unloading, but that's a small detail, and I'm not particularly worried about it. As long as we got Courseplay working, that's the main thing. There you go, folks. Thanks for stopping back to check out The Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 19. This is Greenwich Valley with Seasons, and we'll see you next time. Take care now.